everyone. Happy to be back and glad to have you with us. This is Anita White with Love Your Art, and we are going to be working on a Dutch pour today. That's right. We have a 12 by 24 inch canvas, and we're going to be using a white base, the Artist Loft Flow Acrylic White. All paints mixed with Floetrol and water will be used in our design. We're going to get started by laying out our base color and just making sure we have a nice, flawless base. Looking to ensure that there's no unwanted debris or anything that could interfere with giving us a flawless design. So we're looking constantly when we lay our base out, as well as when we lay our layering colors down, we're looking for any debris, or what I like to call it, uninvited guests to the party who might crash our party and cause for it to be a real bomb. So let's make certain that we are getting the coverage we need all the way around and that we have enough of it so that our paint can move freely. I tend to be a little on the heavy-handed side with the paint at times, but it does not necessarily interfere with the outcomes. It just depends on how level that paint can be. If it's heavily concentrated in one area, of course, it can be pretty problematic, but I try to get it level out as much as I can. Sometimes using a blow dryer to blow out the base paint, but a lot of times just using the spatula like I'm doing now, because you kind of really get a feel for where you have a little bit too much paint, not enough paint, you've got some high spots, some low spots. The spatula gives you a feel for that. Blow dryer is amazing. It helps especially if you are blow drying, you're blowing out your base paint on a large canvas. It helps you to really get through it a lot faster, but personal preference, to each his own. I use some of both. Okay, we have a nice layer of white, and I may add more depending on where I see things at as we begin. I have some of this white in a squeeze bottle so it can make for ease with getting additional paint in those smaller areas if needed, or along the edges like I'm doing now. It really helps to have that squeeze bottle push in the paint for you. Okay, we're going to wipe this off. And again, we're always looking to ensure that we didn't have any debris from dried paint bottles, from Floetrol, or any place. It could be just a hair, animal hair, or your hair, anything. Those are the things I'm looking for constantly to ensure that I maintain the flawlessness of the canvas as much as possible. Okay, and just making sure paint, of course, is covered. All areas of the canvas is part of that search that we're on. We're in a torch, looking to remove any air bubbles along with debris if you find any that's unwanted. And that looks pretty good. What I will do is announce to you our colors. We have, just going to put a little bit of white along this edge, and it will probably blow off, and that looks like it could be a little low. We'll just make certain that there's plenty of paint to help out. Okay, we are going to introduce our colors. This color combination has not been used by me before. However, I've used each of the colors in some capacity in the past. Joining us today are the Grumbacher Academy Thalo Blue, the Artist Loft Metallic Blue, Artist Loft Old Gold, Liquitex Basics Hooker Green, and Artist Loft Deep Yellow. And my thought was to kind of recapture a former painting I did where I used a black 10 by 20 as a base, and I had some really rich colors, some black acrylic, fluorescent pink, some hooker green. I don't remember all the colors, but those were some of the colors I used in that color combination to create a beautiful floral design. I want to create that flow of the design, kind of one-sided and up, but I'm going to be using it on a white base with different colors, so we'll have to just kind of work and see how that turns out. We'll begin with our phthalo blue, and I'm going to take it here from this corner edge and bring it in and up and all the way over to that edge. And on top, I'm using the metallic Artist Loft Metallic Blue. Really gives a lot of pretty metallic shimmer. Artist Loft Old Gold on top of that. And then we're coming in with our hooker green. And I'm doing what I call double up. I'm not going to put the yellow in until I use that as last. And doubling up, I'm going to come back with this phthalo blue and the metallic blue. And then I will add the deep yellow. Okay. I really would like to see those blues and greens just kind of surround the yellow, it being in the middle, and those colors come on the outside. So I'm going to really work at trying to make that happen in the outcome. So we'll look and see what we can do with that. I'm just putting some additional base paint down to ensure we have enough room for movement. I tend to be heavy-handed, but sometimes I later realized it was a good thing. Heavy-handed with laying the paints in. I'm still not convinced that I have as much. I want a dark color, I want richness in my design. I know it's a lot of paint, but I'm really not convinced I have enough of what I want. So I will add just a tad bit more of the green. And I don't know, I'm just really paint crazy. 2 blues, a little more blue. I know it's a lot, but I want to really have that dark richness that I can see coming out if I can get enough of it down. I'm going to try to start in my upper right-hand corner. That's what I'm looking for. Deep color, hints of yellow inside with the gold. That's what I want to accomplish throughout. So I've got to be gentle, but yet able to get the paint to move in a way that it's outlining the yellow and capturing it in the center as much as it can. We got a little bit of the yellow here, a little here. I really want to see a little more in there, and so I'm going to add some, just a little bit. And we can put some in here, and maybe more over here. There. This I may add more color to altogether. I'd like to bring this down just a little bit, bring a little bit of that out. So I'm adding the blue, that was the phthalo blue, the metallic blue, our old gold, and our green with our yellow. Okay, and it isn't often that I have to go back and enhance the design with color like this, but I don't like doing a straw blow or a mouth blow, which can be an option for you. I prefer that full effect that comes from the hair dryer blown throughout the design. So that's why I'm not blowing this with my mouth. You can see this one outlined yellow a little bit more than we have in the other areas. So I'll take the blue around that and I'll bring it in a little bit more, and I'll blow that again with some yellow being in here as well. I like the way this has come out. You can see how the yellow does streak through there. I don't want it to look like it's artificial, so I will have to work at making this a little bit more natural. And all you do is just take the color you want to see and cap and put the color around it. And again, I don't like blowing with my mouth, so this is my alternative to doing that. And yet put some little gold in here as well. Okay. Just a drop. And we're going to do this one. You see what I mean? I'm very pleased with this. It now looks like the colors that were originally laid in have been identified with just blending in naturally with the other colors. I am loving this. Again, these are personal preferences, but I feel that I want to see as much of my initial design or the initial composition of what I was going for merged in together with the other paints. And I think I've almost accomplished that. There's a little line here of the thickness of blue. It's perfectly fine. I can take and blow that into that, or I can just look at that and say, hey, that's an outline. This is an outline of that phthalo blue, and there's white that's gotten inside. Fine. This here, I think I could blow more into it, but I really would probably blow it this way, pulling some of that green out because it looks like there's a little bit more green here. It's totally fine the way it is. It doesn't have to move. I don't want to disrupt what I see with the gold and the yellow inside, and so I'm going to leave those as be. I see some air bubbles, so I'm going to take a light torch. But for the most part, I'm really, really pleased. Just those two areas here and maybe here, would I re-blow. I could open this up and give some white negative space in there. That might be also appealing, or I could open it up and give more white negative space here. But quite honestly, I'm very pleased with what I have, so I don't need to really make any additional adjustments. But I wanted you to see how that adding those extra colors and being careful, because you don't want to get muddy, and sometimes colors can get muddy if they get blown or overblown. I don't typically do a lot of extra blowing. Did more extra blowing in this paint with the blow dryer than I normally do, but I wanted to achieve what I've achieved, and so I'm satisfied. Let's bring you in for a close-up. Okay, everybody, here we are with our close-up, and as you can see, we were able to accomplish what I was seeking to do, and that is get the yellow inside the blues and the greens, and they are amazing. We see the shimmer on from the metallics, and we also can see clearly how that this design has gone all the way through with pulling the yellow in and the gold in around, and the blues and greens surrounding it. That's what I was looking to accomplish. I'm very pleased with this. I think some of the way the cells have come out like that, that's really cool, really neat. I love the richness of the dark colors like the hooker green and the phthalo blue together. I can't be more pleased. Again, here you can see that shimmer coming across. Giving a real nice highlight to each of these areas on our canvas. I'm very, very happy to see the modifications, the adjustments, if you will, I think have paid off, giving us a lovely design. I'm very happy with that. This again is a 12 by 24 inch canvas, and indeed it is, I think, quite an attraction. If you're interested, email me. It's available. Email me at AnitaWhite, loveyourart@gmail.com. Also, go ahead and like and subscribe. We'd love to hear your feedback. Certainly, we want to keep you informed, so make us aware that you're interested by subscribing, and we will make you aware of when we have our next video upload. So until next time, keep loving your art, be safe, have a nice day, and we will see you on our next video upload. Bye now.